Welcome everybody to another episode of MegaBit Misfits, and on this episode we discuss Fortnite V-Bucks, also Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake, and something a little bit more serious. We have a serious discussion with a very special guest. Stay tuned to find out what that discussion is about, and hit that music. Welcome everybody to another episode of MegaBit Misfits, and this is episode what? 27, 20? I lost count. 28. Episode 28. I am your host, Mr. ReyRey. I am here with Rav. Say hello, Rav.
What's up, guys?
However you wish. LeeBoyXP, what's going on? How you doing, sir?
What's up, y'all?
And today we have a very, very, very special guest in the name of Nicole from TikTok. How you doing,
Hello.
Nicole?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Thank you for joining us, first of all, because you didn't have to. You could have said no when I bothered you on TikTok to join us, and you were like, screw it, I'm gonna try. So you're here now, you're recording with us now, you're already answering some questions, and we're gonna go through some games, talk about it, and hopefully have a good time, and hopefully nobody here starts fighting with anybody else. So what is the first game on the topic? Well, actually, Nicole, you play Apex Legends.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yes.
so I wanted to ask real quick about Apex Legends, if that's okay with everybody else. Apex Legends, a first-person shooter. Thanks, Hideo. Hideo Kojima. Anyway, that's a nerd thing right there. So, so you play Apex Legends, and that's how I found you on TikTok, because I was I like first-person shooters as well, mainly COD, and then the Battlefield 6 that's coming out soon that I really want to get. Apex Legends, what attracted you to that game besides, shooting things?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm excited to be here, and I'm glad that you didn't give me too much time to think about it. Because, it was like, no, you got to do it or we're moving on. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't like that. But no, I'm glad because, I'd start to overthink it, whatever. But anyway, so Apex Legends, my husband got me into that one. And
he's a gamer too.
Yeah.
Okay.
He streams every once in a while. And he likes playing like independent like games, like just games that typically you don't find like in the mainstream. So that's kind of his niche. And he's really good at it, and he's good at puzzles. And so but yeah, so he got me into the game, and then that was season 19. So I'm not a veteran playing this at all. And then I also took like 2 seasons off. And then picked it back up season 26. I don't know. Anyway, you don't know what episode it is, and I don't know what season it is. So, so then I just started, trying to get better at it. Some days I'd be better, some days I'd be worse. And, and then like I said, I turned on the stream, and it's the rest is history, I guess. And so what was the second part to your question though? What did I miss?
I actually forgot the question next time.
That's all right. It was, how did it shape my love for gaming, right? So it really wasn't the game that shaped my love for gaming. It's just the fact that the streaming is what shaped my love for gaming. Like, I was like, if I can connect with people like with this kind of medium and this platform and have a great experience. And that's kind of a package. It's a package deal. Like, yeah, I'll play by myself, but there's probably other things that I could do, with my time, and not get too sucked into a game, like, because it's addicting at times. You're like, oh, I gotta get to this level. I gotta do this level. Oh, I just unlocked the battle pass, blah, blah, blah. So,
there.
So it's like, it's just been a package deal for me. Streaming and gaming have gone together, which turned into love.
Nice.
Love.
I believe Mr. Rav wanted to say something or talk about something specific in the gaming world, sir. What does he want to bring up?
No, well, just thinking about you've played Apex. I haven't touched Apex since probably season 1. I like season 1 to maybe like season 3. I've tried it out, couldn't get too into it and all that, so I kind of like stopped playing it. You know, I'm not too into the first person shooters, but when that one came out, it was very interesting to me. It looked good.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into it, but I just for some reason it didn't hook me.
Well, you could try again, because you know how many people that I've talked to that didn't get into it, or maybe, you know, and this isn't trying to like, you know, special promote the game or anything, but it's true. I had so many people that are like, I stopped playing this a long time ago because of X, Y, and Z reason. You know, they got too mad at it. They were, you know, it's just the cheaters, the this, that, you know, the toxicity. And then they see me, who's like this casual gamer, and like that we could still have fun and play. And they're like, I think I'm going to download this again. You're making me want to play again. And
Nice.
so that was kind of cool
Nice.
to see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I'm just cannon fodder. I'm just shot fodder for everybody because I'm that bad. I haven't been good at first person shooters since Halo. So if I get in there, I'm just extra points for everybody on the board. So,
but it's okay. You really don't have to be that good. They're coming to, you know, you don't have to be. Like the joke with me is that I shoot 32 bullets and I make one. So I guess,
at least you made one. That's all that matters.
LeeBoy will shoot the ground up and he'll
I'm the type that if I get like one kill in the game, I feel like I carried the entire team.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You feel so like powerful. You're like, yes, this is why I'm gonna do this again, I guess.
Oh man.
Yeah, we all, our different games that we all get into. Mr. Rav right now is playing Silk Song Until It Burns Out right now. You know, the Hollow Knight side scroller.
Yep.
But it's a side scroller, right? Some of that.
Yeah, it's a side scroller. It's a Metroidvania, so you got to go around, hunt through things, find different treasures.
What's it called?
Hollow
Knight Silk Song.
I have not heard that one.
It's huge on stream. Yeah, it has like I think like 500,000 people playing at any given time right now.
And sold 20 million copies.
Dang.
Yeah. Yes.
This game, and it's an independent game. And it's an independent game. It's not even like a AAA game.
And it's
AAA games.
$20.
$20. It made 22 million copies.
It made 22 million. It sold 20.
And what type is it again? What kind of game? Like it's
like an old school side scroller from like you think of like old Super Nintendo games and things like that, and just imagine that with modern day graphics,
like Mega Man or Castlevania, Pit Icarus,
even as far back as Mario, like the old school Mario games.
Yeah. Okay.
And everything's hand drawn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You might like it. You might like it. I actually went back because this guy. Oh, make sure I got it right. Yeah, Mr. Rav over here, he is so enthused about this game that when he brought it up, I never played Hollow Knight, and he was so enthused about this game so much that it riled me up to go, let me try out the first game. And I love that game. And I'm like, I can't wait to beat that game to move on to Silk Song because he done started it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, definitely a good game.
I'll try it. I'll try it again. I don't know if I just couldn't.
You just gotta get farther.
Can you play? Is it co-op? Like
no, it's a single player game. But yeah, you're this little knight trying to get through this kingdom and help the people within the kingdom. That's pretty much all it is.
Yeah, very cute little game.
10 years now.
Okay.
Well, the first one.
The first game.
The first game.
The second one just came out.
Yeah, like a week or something has been out so far. The second one.
I think I barely scratched the surface on what all is out there. Like I actually played Phasmophobia for a while. You know, the ghost hunting game.
Good. Yeah, I played that
one. I like scary games. But some of the scary games make me nauseous because they like, you know, kind of bobble around. I don't know if you guys have that problem.
Yeah, I get that with Gears of War. That's why I don't play that game.
Oh, yeah, I used to play that one.
I can't. No, motion sickness like crazy trying to play that game.
That one, it wasn't bad for me on Gears of War. Yeah, I don't know why, but maybe because I was on console. Oh, maybe that's why I wasn't playing on like PC or anything. Is it just console or is it PC too? I can't.
No, it's on both. It's on both. Gears is on Xbox and PC.
Yeah. So.
Which.
Yeah. So yeah, Gears of War. I played all of those. So I guess and then COD. Black Ops, all that stuff. Modern Warfare. Got into all that. But it's like, as far as like, beyond first person shooter games, I think that's predominantly what I do enjoy. I like the action. I like, the satisfaction of if I do make a shot, I'm like, yeah.
Have you heard of Cyberpunk 2077?
Yes. And I got like 10 minutes into it, and I think it's a really great game, but I was like hooked on Apex for like, I just, so the thing with me and learning a new game and how just crazy they can be, like, it's like trying to get into a new TV show. I don't know if you have this issue. It's like, I have to invest.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's an investment. So I'm like, do I want to just do something mindless and something I know where it's like, driving I don't know. Here I go. This is gonna date me, I think, but driving a manual like stick shift vehicle, like it's awkward at first. You're learning it, and then all of a sudden you're just like driving.
Can't drive any other way. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, but that too. But it's like you're not even thinking about what's going on, with it, and so it's just on autopilot, and you don't, it's not using your brain power anymore, and now it's fun. And so I'm like, do I want to, if I have a certain amount of time in the day, do I want to spend my time right now getting into a new game, learning the story, or do I want to just hop on right now and just go, So it's usually the latter, like hop on and I just want to play. So
makes sense.
But yeah, so, and I have a hard time watching TV shows for that reason. And, my short attention span, my ADHD stuff, like it's just it's a challenge.
Yeah, but I mean, media in general just it demands a lot of people's attention, and there's so much of it nowadays that it's overwhelming at times. So for anybody to dedicate time to anything, that thing has to be worth it.
Precious.
Yeah. So, if you're dedicated to this game, stick with that game. That's fine. If that's what makes you happy, go for it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
So I gotta ask a question. Since Apex is your the go-to game, what's the funniest thing that happened to you while playing the game? Like what's the thing that you can remember when playing that game was like, yo, this is crazy? She's laughing because I know you got something.
Well, I don't know if it doesn't really have to do with the game, and I'll think about that if this answer doesn't work.
Okay.
But the thing I get a kick out of is that I make this face.
Wow. Okay, what inspired the face? You gotta give a backstory to that. What inspired the face? Because
by the way, you can buy the mugs on her page on TikTok.
There you go.
There you go.
Product placement. Let's go.
The other one. Lock
in. Okay. All right.
Nice.
Please give us the backstory behind that.
So I mean, everyone makes a face when they're locked in, like especially when they're playing shooter games and things get intense, And so I just like didn't know that I did that face until I started streaming and people like taking screenshots of my face and sending it to me.
Oh, she done made it, y'all. It's a wrap now. She done made it. When they start clipping your face, it's a wrap now. She made it.
But
your fans out there.
But it's like, you can't take yourself too seriously. You know what I mean? Like, don't take it too seriously. If you can't laugh at yourself, you got to learn how to. Right. So I just made that, like, I was like, I'll put that on a mug then.
There you go.
My mug on a mug.
Mm-hmm.
But when things are intense, like, you're just like focusing. It's either people like have their lip, or like their tongue, on their lips, and or you're like bobbing and weaving, like, because you're just watching the bullets fly. So,
oh man, if I could say something real quick, I remember my mom. When we first got Nintendo, I remember my mom. She used to play it, and she used to grab the controller, right? And when she would play Mario, she would literally do this with the controller, thinking that would make him jump. And I'm like, so yeah, I had the early version of what locking in is, you know?
Exactly. So yeah, and then it just, I'm just like, you know, like just, but I can't help it. I can't help it. I even tried.
Natural.
I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go into the game and I'm gonna see when I stop smiling. I'm like, and then it's like
zoned out, gone.
You know, like
he tried to live stream, right? With the live stream, and I'm asking him questions, but he's focused because you know it's like, of course you stream, right? So when you got questions coming in, but you're also trying to focus on the game, right? So he's playing. He's like, guys, I'm better than this because he's dying because he's trying to answer the questions that's coming up.
I know that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, but then, you know, some people are like, okay, just lock in. But then they'll be like, no, wait, watch out. You know, and I'm
distraction.
Like, it's just, that's talent in itself for people that could do both at the same time. I'm still learning that part. But yeah, it's funny. I'll just die in the game.
All right. We can respawn at any time. It's okay.
Not in Apex. I mean, in the new wild card version or game mode, like you can, and actually, like it made me better as a player. You know, because you get more action, more game time, because you do respawn, you know, over and over again, and until you know it starts, you know, along making the respawn time go further. But I was like so happy when they came out with that game mode because it's like I just felt more productive and I felt better at the game and I was doing more damage. And I know that maybe not everybody's going to agree with me because I've heard like mixed reviews on it. Some people, you know, aren't into all the chaos that happens in a short amount of time. Like they like the downtime that comes with playing like trios or maybe, you know, ranked where you're not like constantly shooting and, you know, doing something. And then, you know, you've got the masters and the preds out there that are like, they don't like it because it kind of, well, I don't want to speak. It's just what I've heard, you know. Okay. I'm just going to repeat what I've heard. I'm not making this up.
I hate elitists. I in video games, I hate elitists.
Yeah.
I hate it so much because it's like, if you're not doing what they're doing, or if you're not topping the leaderboard and stuff like that, they always got something to say. I hate elitists. I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They're not. No. I'm with you. I'll speak to that in a minute, but it's, you know, obviously it's the ones with the huge egos that are just not fun to be around. And, you know, they need to look at themselves in the mirror, you know,
touch grass. If it's damn, like I'm here to have fun.
Yeah.
You don't have that. What sniper rifle do you have? You're using the wrong one. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Spend $200 on this loadout. Like, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah. So it's just like I've heard that the preds and the masters, the people that have worked really hard, or maybe they didn't, you know, because of the cheating problem out there. But
can you put us on to the cheating problem? What do you mean? Because I don't play Apex, so I'm trying to figure out what you mean by cheating.
It's actually why I even like stopped playing Apex for a couple seasons, because it just got really out of control. I don't think it's anything that they can completely solve for, but I do think that they did a better job at managing it, or at least improving like their matchmaking. And, you know, no longer am I, well, maybe sometimes I feel like if I win a match, they're like, okay, the next match you can't win again, so we're going to make your life miserable. But, you know, but so I know that, you know, I do end up getting put in some sweaty lobbies. But yeah, just what I learned is there's like an entire underground cheating community.
There was a few seasons ago where they overhauled their security and to get rid of a lot of the cheaters. Obviously, that eventually can be broken, and people will start to find their way to mod the cheats back in and things like that. But I know that they did improve matchmaking like 2 or 3 seasons ago. It was just fairly fresh, I think.
Mhm.
And yeah, a lot of people have been happy with the updates and how it's been making it easier for people to get into and play and all that stuff. And that's kind of why, like, it's good that you're talking about it, because that's something I did want to ask you about, the being I did play before. But you know, it's a big deal. Cheating is a big deal in all the first-person shooter games, especially a lot of the the
aimbots, damn aimbots, bro.
Yeah,
they sniping you through walls, like.
And I just don't get the mentality. I just never understand it. You know, why you have to, you know, go to that route, like, to be the best. Like, what did you work for? What did you gain from that?
That's why I don't like elitists or people that aim to have their names splashed on the leaderboard. Like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because people go all out to want to have their name be posted, and they resort to cheating. Like, it, you know, this ain't back in the day with the game GD and stuff like that. Like, this is modern day. So it's like, when I win, I want to be on.
Genie.
Yeah, exactly.
I want Genie.
Yes, the game.
I don't even know if I've heard of that.
Okay,
so
that's like a 90s. That's like a.
I want to be known for, you know, having that accomplished be throughout my own right. You know, that's why if I get that one kill, like I said, I feel like I carried all y'all.
And I wish there was something that they could do about it, you know, indefinitely. But it's just, as technology evolves, and, you know, like, it's going to get worse. And I hope that it doesn't completely burst the gaming bubble, you know, with it getting bad and like AI and technology. Like, I just don't know where things are going to go now that AI is becoming more prevalent, and how that's going to affect gaming.
I'm going to use the AI convo to move to the next topic. Yeah. So there's an older video game that we all love, us three anyway. I don't know if you ever played it, Nicole, but now they're going to be re-releasing it supposedly with some new features. And I don't know if they use AI or not, but if I don't know if I'll put that question to you guys. But have you ever played Assassin's Creed Black Flag? I said that correctly too. Black Flag. Have you ever played that game before? An Assassin's Creed game?
So I haven't played it personally, but I've watched the gameplay, so I am familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're gonna remake this game by Ubisoft, and the thing is, it says on the side over here, modern day stuff is gonna be added into it, and extra content to Black Flag. You think AI had anything to do with that? That they're gonna toss in there? No, it's Ubisoft.
No, I don't think so. No, because that would be detrimental to them right now. It's stuff they've been going through. Come on, the last our beginning videos. We're just episode 28. I think at least 10 videos we done ragged on them for the massive horror that was coming out with them. So no, I don't think so, bro. They're trying to restructure themselves. So I don't think so. And what better game to do it with than Black Flag, bro? I told y'all the 5 best Assassin's Creed games. That's Black Flag, Black Flag, Black Flag, Black Flag, and Black Flag, because it spits hot fire.
Does anybody disagree with LeeBoy?
No, they don't.
It is I think the overall best.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle of Assassin's Creed at the time.
But my personal favorite is Odyssey.
Okay. I'm sorry. No, mine is Origins.
You like Mirage. You're Mirage.
Yeah,
so.
Origins.
Oh, it's Origins.
Either way.
Just from Mirage. Yeah, okay. Origins.
Either way.
I'm Odyssey, he's Origins, he's Black Flag. So,
but like Pirates. I'm a pirate.
Black Flag is right there. Like Odyssey is here, Black Flag is like right there for me. So
yeah, the game came out in 2013. It was the best Assassin's Creed at the time, and for the longest time, still to this day, it's still considered the best Assassin's Creed. And I believe some people even say it's the best Ubisoft game that came out in the last 15 years. I can't think of another one that would be that.
The Division.
Huh?
The Division.
Division was a good one.
Division
Division is
was the
fantastic
Ubisoft,
game.
but in Canada. But I wouldn't consider it as better than Assassin's Creed.
It's not better than Black Flag. No, I'm sorry.
Either way,
Hey,
So-
hey, I like the shooting games a little better. The Division 2, amazing, fire.
Nice.
Anyway, go ahead. Let me see. Go ahead. Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed.
so the
Yeah.
news story basically is that in the game, in any Assassin's Creed game, there are modern day elements that take place as side stories versus what's going on in the game, which takes place in the past. And in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, they had they changed up the way they did the modern day stuff because the main character in the original 3 had died and they tried to move on to a different character, and the modern day stuff wasn't really significant in the game. So they are supposedly removing that part of it or editing a lot of it down. So this way it's less significant.
So they're just gonna make it a straight up pirate game.
Yeah, it's just going to be the pirates part. Okay. So
Okay, now I have a little issue with that.
LeeBoy's excited.
Yeah, LeeBoy loves that shit. That I'll try not to curse, but he
I love that shit.
he loves that shit. But the thing is that the whole person in 2025 going into that AI machine,
yeah,
or whatever,
that first person
to
view.
go to the memories, to go to the past,
Mhm.
was like a big thing about that game.
Right,
Like-
that's the point. That was the whole point of it.
I'm so happy because I didn't like that part of the game. To be honest with you,
I like the story
I
aspect
didn't.
of it.
I liked it for the first couple of games that they did it
Right.
in, but then when I got to Black Flag, I tolerated it because how good that game was. You know what I'm saying? But now you're telling me that's not in the game at all. Woo! Loving it. McDonald's.
Look.
20-piece chicken McNuggets.
All right.
It works for Black Flag because I don't think anything crazy in that modern day stuff was significant enough to continue on in the next few games after. So it makes sense for Black Flag to have all that stuff cut in, especially with the modern with the way gamers play games now. They don't want that distraction. They don't want to be pulled away from that gameplay. If you're having fun with the game, this kind of throws you off. When you're playing that game, it completely pulls you out just to tell the modern day story that is at that point insignificant. So it makes sense for them to cut it out.
So to kind of bring it all together for what I'm hearing, because I don't know anything really about the game to that extent. So you're saying it was a big W on the AI aspect for this game, or no?
As far as AI, we don't know if they used AI to
Oh,
cut
we
any of
don't
this
know
out.
if they used AI.
Yeah, no,
Got it.
this is kind of a separate topic. We make fun of Ubi for using AI in their
gotcha. Okay.
games. And
the story, there's an advanced AI computer system that reads the memories of the past, and you play as a person in the past.
As your ancestor.
That's part of the storyline. That's not something.
Yeah, but I don't know. We don't know if they use AI
to
actually make the game yet.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's something, or something's gonna happen with it, so, in AI. But
have you kind of off topic? I don't know. This again, my ADHD brain. Have you played It Takes Two?
Yeah, I played.
I haven't.
I was, and then I got distracted by other games.
Same.
I was like, oh, this is going to be kind of like, like, I don't know, look like for kids. Like, I didn't even look into it before I even played it. I played it with my husband. I mean, you play it with a best friend, you could play it, which is somebody else, and I was blown away. I'm not even kidding. I'm not like the story, like sucked me in. The mechanics and the things that they came up with to get you involved in, to do, and they did such a great job on that. Yeah. And like,
there's a lot of puzzles in there, right? Like a lot of strategic puzzling.
Yeah, and they're not like, because I'm not very good at puzzles, but they're not that difficult. Like maybe some of them like take, a little bit of time to figure out, but it's like, you're not getting stuck and frustrated it's like literally it's just enough to just keep you engaged and like to keep you having fun. And and it's just the worlds that they would bring you in. It's just the creativity, and it was just so it was just lovely. I loved it.
It really is. It's a good game, especially for the couch co-op that, like you said, you played with your husband. When that game came out for pretty cheap, it was like $40, and you got 2 copies of the game that you can share with another person. So you get your game, and you give the other person the code that you want to play with, and they'll play with you on their own PC or computer or game or whatever. And and it's basically all couch co-op, and it teaches you to cooperate with each other. So a husband and a wife that have to get through the levels. There's a big overall story going on. They have to get through the levels together, and you have to help each other out to get through them. So that's what made that game special. It's one of the first games that, not first game, but there's like, I think the third game from that studio that did stuff like that. And one game of the year that year too.
Yeah, and then they came out with Split Fiction. Have you heard of that one?
Yep.
Have you played it?
I haven't played that.
Oh, you're missing out.
Again, we get the. I think I don't know if I can speak for these guys here, but it's like those co-op games. A lot of times, trying to find somebody to play with you, that gets kind of hard. That's why shout out to all the couples that play games. Shout out to you, Nicole, and your husband play games. 'Cause my goodness, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I bet you, though, if you introduced It Takes Two to, your significant other or a first date even idea, I think it could work. You cook up a little pasta or whatever you're good at cooking for the first night. You're like, we're going to play It Takes Two or see how this goes.
That was definitely
just
a date
say
night.
no more. Put a controller in their hand and then just go.
Now I'm going to make some ham and cheese sandwiches and invite somebody over and play Resident Evil 7. Like, hey, that's right.
But no, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
You can hook them in with that. They'll be like, that's so sweet.
my wife doesn't play video games, and that was the first game that she played with me, like, ever. So she enjoyed the first few hours, and then we kind of fell off with the light. But it was just, we had a good time with it.
Yeah, but Split Fiction has a lot of action. So, I would say It Takes Two, is a little bit, slower pace. But, again, they keep you really engaged. And, if you're not, a real, gamer, it's easy to learn, pick up, and just go. And then Split Fiction, kind of the same. I mean, they implemented pretty much the same mechanics, but it does get a little bit intense. It gets your heart rate going because you're like, yeah, I'm traveling through this world, but then now we're in a fight and we're shooting at things and we got to, beat the timer on this. And so it's definitely, it picks up the pace a little bit. But again, blown away by just the mechanics and how creative they get in general, the worlds they create. It's the same thing. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I don't want to spoil it, but there's this one where, your pigs at a farm.
Uh-huh.
And then the pig farts and it takes off. That's the jumping.
Oh, it's like a rocket.
Warm up to your super pig powers in no time. What? I fart fly? Magical rainbow farts are truly the best farts.
So he's like a fart rocket? He just...
Yeah, it's and just takes.
Got it.
I don't know. You can cut this out, but I will.
No, we keeping it. The farting pigs that fly. Yeah, sure.
I will.
It might be a reel.
You can't tell me a fart is not funny. If you are, turn off your camera right now.
It is because it's a setup. You ever do the high five one and they pop? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. Whose fart stink here? Whose fart stink the worst? You think?
I don't know. I don't know. Why did you point at Ray? Oh my God.
I didn't point at Ray. I was volunteering for sacrifice. I am volunteer for sacrifice.
Oh, you said you volunteered. Oh, I thought you pointed up at him.
I mean, I'm the one who drinks protein drinks, so I don't know about you.
Those are gonna be stinky. Those are gonna stinky.
Oh yes. I might win that one.
Basketball though, so I jump up. That's fine.
Crazy how that works too. Oh man.
Anyway, sorry, but
it's all good. It's all good.
there was we were moving on to the Fortnite. I have no idea. I don't play Fortnite.
I want to ask this question
Fortnite.
before we move into Fortnite.
Okay,
Nicole, being that you are a first-person shooter player with Apex, have you ever tried Fortnite? Have you ever played it? Have you ever gotten into it? Like, does it appeal to you?
Yeah, I played it. And I guess, you know, I would play like I would solo queue like on Fortnite, but then my sister's really into it, so I'd play with her. I think, you know, I have nothing against the game. Like, I don't know why I didn't like get hooked, like be like, I gotta play Fortnite tomorrow. Or, you know, like kind of in the same essence, like, you know, I'm hooked on Apex. It's like Apex, it's like, I guess I appreciate the challenge a little bit more that comes with Apex. I feel like Fortnite, you could still, you know, you could still feel like land your shots, like still feel pretty good about it and remain like
Feels
competitive. Fair. Yeah, it's fair. And so I don't know if that's, you know, when I said I don't have a competitive side, maybe it does appeal to that, you know, like being that I go into Apex and I'm like, I want to get better, you know, and I want to improve, or I want to know that I'm like leveling up. Yeah, I just feel like with Fortnite, it's kind of like you can coast and just, you know, like, you know, get number one. And I know that there's some great Fortnite players out there that, you know, it does get competitive in that sense, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't put my finger on like why I don't play it. I mean, I've gone through spurts, you know, just like, you know, I'll play it for like a couple weeks and but then I'll go back to other things.
You've never stuck with it for a full season or anything like that then? So
no.
Okay.
Same here. I've jumped in and it's like I've jumped in and jumped out of it, you know, because games like that, I just feel like I need a crew. It's more fun. I don't like playing with randos.
Yeah,
I don't like playing with randos.
Maybe that's what it was. Like when I didn't, like I would play with my sister and she had people that would play with her, you know, that like expected her to be on. And I just never took that time to figure out who's playing it and who am I going to play with. And, you know, but it's not to say that it's off the table. Like, you know, I did have fun when I played it. But the part that I didn't really get into or like was the building part. Like
I didn't like that either.
Yeah, it just didn't.
About to kill somebody and they put up a damn castle. Like, where did this come from?
Yeah. So, does that, you know, answer your question? Because
it does. It does.
Okay.
I played Fortnite for 3 minutes and turned it off, deleted it.
Never went back.
It is a younger, you know, a younger demographic.
Yeah, it's definitely too cartoony. But then again, some other games I would play that are cartoony, but they have like a heavier tone to it, I guess. I don't know. There's something about it. I had Call of Duty, so I didn't need it. I guess
that's why there's so many games for all walks of life, you know?
I'd play it just to die and see who can kill me. Like, I'd probably live stream myself, like, who can kill me? Because I'm like a prize, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so terrible at first person
catch
shooter.
me, mother!
Try to kill me.
And I think that's why it's so popular, because when you do play that, I do think that you could still feel like you're good at it, you know, even if you're not like, you know, a seasoned veteran, you know, gamer.
They
like,
have a ton of modes. Like, it's not just the shooting part that they got in the game. Like, there's a one where it's a big hand and you can run to a person and just slap them across the board. And the whole game is about you slapping them across the board till they fall off and stuff like that.
I would try that.
And then they got they side games. That's the one thing I can say about Epic and Fortnite and that game. It's not just shooting, because they expanded in that game to it's not just running around and shooting anymore. There's so many things that you can do within the game. I just like, again, I want to have fun with people I know. Right. I'm not too into playing with people I don't know. I'm not just turning the game on and playing. Like, I feel like I have more fun with people I know, you know? So I think that's one of the main reasons why I don't jump on it like that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I know they have a Fortnite that they took the building out of the game.
Yeah,
that's the only one I'll play. Yeah. Okay. I don't do the building one.
Gotcha.
But
let me ask you a question.
I'll get the game and try.
Let me ask you a question. Have you, in Apex, have you spent money on Apex? Have you bought any of those purchases?
I do the battle pass.
Okay.
That's worth it.
When
oh, go
when
ahead.
when you're putting money into it, how does that translate? Does it equal to what you're spending, do you think? Or do they do that thing where it's like you put in $20, but you're only getting really like 17, 15, $18 worth of your money?
I mean, the battle pass is, I think that's their bread and butter,
Okay.
like, they want everybody to probably buy the battle pass, and it does give you, the skins, the new things, for that season. And it's kind of, it's like gambling. You just like don't know. You just pull the wheel and you don't know what you're gonna get.
Okay.
But not to promote gambling, but it's just like that feeling of, like you just the unknown of, hey, like if I spend $20, like it's just rolling the dice, and then
RNG.
also, it comes with like, the Apex packs and, that has the random drops and stuff like that. It's the battle pass is worth it, and you get some new things and you progress. And, I think they did a better job with battle pass on Apex than they did with COD. I feel like COD. I'm talking about the Black Cell part of battle pass. I think that's. I wasn't impressed with it.
And I understand why. So yeah,
he's the Call of Duty aficionado over there.
Oh yeah,
the Black Cell stuff. It's they'll sell you a battle pass, but then there's a second battle pass, and it's the Black Cell version. But then you get everybody with this gold and black, the special designs, whatever, and special weapons. But it's the same stuff.
It is. And then it's like the currency part, like to get like the mapping, like, oh, you have to unlock this to get this, or you gotta get something you don't want to get something you do want, and it's like
that's kind of why I brought it up. And why we brought up Fortnite is because they used to do stuff like that as well, where you gamble, you play with the money and all this stuff, and you're spending more money than what you're getting back from it. So you'd spend $20, but you're only getting $18 worth of your whatever you bought. And then they have battle passes as well. But you'd always have to spend $25 to get a $10 skin with extra little things here and there to make it sound like you're getting your money's worth. And they used to do that. We're very famous for doing stuff like that. And they're changing that now. So now you spend $20 on V-Bucks, you're going to get $20 worth of V-Bucks. It's like actual cash versus V-Bucks. So they're now making it fair money-wise. So this way, people who are spending money are getting their money's worth. So my next question then would be like, do you think that like other companies will follow that trend and hopefully start doing that and treat the DLC fair, that, all these skins and guns and gun skins and things like that you're buying? You don't want to have to spend more money than you should have to just to have it in the wallet. You know what I mean?
Well, to go back to what we were talking about earlier, AI, I think that this would be a perfect job for AI to balance things that are lopsided, or to at least get some new ideas flowing when it comes to this, because this is a fix for AI, when it comes to the balancing of like guns, and like the strength or rebalancing, like when you make an update, it's like that is perfect, for an AI to fix. True. But it's like, I hope they do. I hope that they work something like that out, because going back to Apex, what I feel is very unfair, but I could see both sides. It's like, to get an heirloom, like on that game, like there's some people out there that have gotten 5 of them because they just randomly dropped. And then there's people like myself and others that or more others that have been playing since season 1 and never got one. Like, make that make sense, and also with the spend, to buy that many Apex packs, to get an heirloom or for the chance of one dropping is absurd.
Yeah.
It's absurd. And
what is an heirloom?
Yeah, I was about to say,
heirloom?
please, because it sounds wild to me. I don't even know what it is, and it sounds wild to me.
Well, an heirloom, it's just one of those like fancy, like show off, type items that basically you have your character, you can see the hands and the gun. So when you've holstered your gun, an heirloom pulls out and it's like maybe a knife, like a pretty knife twirling, or like, a hammer, or like it goes with, your character and what your character can do. It just like
an emote.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's like
aesthetic.
kind of like it's an aesthetic, and it's kind of like a badge of,
So can I ask this?
Like,
so while someone's character is just standing there like this, your character's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this.
yeah, or just when you're running, like if you're watching somebody play and they've just got their heirloom like twirling in the other hand, it's just kind of like a flex,
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Flex.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like that, but you're not really like your character's doing it on itself. Like it's not, it's just that you have to have the heirloom attached and then it'll do something. So like when I was a Lifeline main, and I still am when I play trios, but her heirloom is drumsticks. So like she'll like twirl the drumsticks and like do whatever with them. But sometimes they introduce heirlooms like in seasons, kind of like in the same spirit as the hand slapping thing. Like there was a sword that came out and, which was pissing people off. And I have a recommendation for that bullshit. I'm sorry, but I had to use passion on that statement. But yeah, like when it was just trios, you'd literally like get to the last, say 3, squads, the ring's closing in, and you got people with swords. They'll just walk up to you and just send you into another universe. Yep. And it's like that puts you out of the game. Yeah. And it's like, I just worked so hard to get to the final 3, and you're just going to take me out like that and my squad with a sword. It's like, I get it. If you want to introduce the sword and its coolness, like just make it a 2-week or a 3-week, deal. Like don't carry it on for an entire season and let people
have it a limited time weekend thing or something like that.
Yeah, like there's parts in trios where you're like, you don't find any squads and you're just looting the whole time. And then you get to the final, like battle, and then just the sword comes out and just takes you out. Now, that was a few seasons ago. That was before I actually took a break from Apex, but then came back, and then they introduced just in this current season. Anyway, you don't know what episode it is. I don't know what the season's. So, so they had a bat, which is really fun to use. And, but it's like, it gets old, you know what I mean? And so they actually did kind of take it out. I think they let it run for 4 weeks. So maybe they did do this, now that I think about it. It didn't go on for too long. And so it was fun while it lasted. And they took it out, and then they just kind of, moved on to something else. And then now you can, purchase the heirloom, and have the bat, for, forever. But it's just, so maybe they did learn that, they were like, we don't want to piss people off. I mean, Apex was, people were getting really pissed, like, about Apex, and they were losing. I don't know what it looks like now. I haven't looked into it. I do think that these current seasons have, I mean, it's like they've gained some, lost some, but people were just kind of getting done with it, and like I said, the cheater problem was like the number one thing that I heard that was turning people off. And so I do think that they needed to make a change. And I think the changes that they're making now, like, I think they're doing a good job.
Now, hold on, because I heard you talk. I heard you, but I want to make sure I'm clear. So the bat was one of you said the heirloom?
Yeah. Yeah. So they made like a baseball bat. And when you get, it would just send you
like Smash Bros. They just knock you across.
Yeah.
Just go flying.
So like probably in the same fashion you get slapped in Fortnite, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like that. You just get, and just like.
Oh man, that's
and you would
wild.
hear the bat noise, like you'd hear,
Oh.
yeah,
The crack of the back when you get hit.
yeah.
Oh man.
So, which that noise is kind of nostalgic for me. Like, I do like hearing that noise, but I didn't like it when it would take me out.
You liked it when you were using it, but when you
Yeah.
used it on,
Yeah.
like, nah, I ain't trying to
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
I appreciated it, but I was glad they didn't keep it around forever.
Mm.
But yeah.
I
Are
have
you
a
guys?
question.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have
Go
a
ahead.
question for you. What game, besides Apex Legends,
Yeah.
what game have you played that you feel like no one talks about that's like underrated, that needs more attention in your eyes? Like an underrated game. Because we have our own, like, games that we've even mentioned countless times. One that this one refuses to play, but
I think it got. I think that game got enough of the ratings that it deserved. I'm not saying it didn't deserve it.
You're right, because
haven't
that
played
game is
it.
not really that underrated, but it's underrated to you because you ain't play it yet.
Exactly.
The running gag is that I haven't played for Skyrim. So if anybody knows Skyrim, they know I haven't.
I played Skyrim.
Okay, what? There you go. I'm the one person that hasn't. So I own it in like 4 different ways and never played it.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be like going back and playing Skyrim. I feel like probably it would be a little outdated, or do they keep making updates? I don't even know what's going on with Skyrim.
The anniversary, they remastered the remaster.
Did
They did like 5 times, I think.
Yeah.
The HD, they do all kind of stuff. They probably dropping another one next year. I don't know. It's just how many times they do with this game.
I really got to think about this question that you asked me, but
okay.
but I will say, which I think what would really surprise you that I've played and got addicted to for a little bit was WoW.
I'm the RPG MMO guy over here, so I played a ton of those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I played WoW. Wow, I played WoW.
The beginning or the recent WoW. Were you there
like
at
the
start?
beginning. Yeah. Like not necessarily the beginning, like, but it was the WoW I think that you know and love.
Oh yeah, classic old school
Yeah.
WoW, the beginning
Yes.
joint. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Never played it.
well, I did try to revisit it with my husband because I told him, I was like, I did get a lot of joy when I did that, but I mean, it felt like it did start to feel like another job. But it
we
did
got a
get a
kill
little
rate
bit.
tonight.
Well, wait, LeeBoy, what was your first character you ever created
And what?
in WoW?
And WoW. Oh, you talking about which side I picked?
Yeah, or just your character.
I'll let you guess. Guess. I want you to guess. Guess.
I kind of have to look them up. I'm
All
like,
right. Well, you got the alliance, right? The alliance with the pretty looking
Right.
characters,
Yes.
and you had the horde
Yes.
with the orcs and trolls and all
Yeah.
that.
So let's.
He was an orc.
I think you were horde.
Yeah.
You are absolutely incorrect. I actually picked alliance at first, but I didn't like the goody two shoot side, and I went horde. So, but I spent most of my career as the horde, as an orc.
Okay. Okay.
So you got it partially.
All right. Well, I didn't get it
What
right
about
at all.
you?
That's okay. You're just making me
What
feel
about
better. But I was horde,
Okay.
and I was a druid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And
You were a
I
healer.
liked. Yes, I would do the heals, and I think that's something that I'm kind of finding that I like to do in games. I like to be the heals, and the support. I'm not a tank. I don't like taking the lead on things. I'm not a tank. Yeah, I can see that you're the tank. And then I just like the shape shifting aspect that it had, like, and just and then I did, oh gosh, it was. Dang it! I'll have to look it up. But it's like the elf, or was it an elf? A night elf? Night elf?
Night elf is the alliance. If you played horde, then you was probably a blood elf.
A blood elf. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes, I did the blood elf, and then I also did a mage.
You got to burn some shit up, huh?
Yeah, I probably had like 6 characters that I brought up, but so I spent some time in WoW. But yeah, I tried to revisit it, and it just didn't. It didn't do it for me.
Yeah, that's
as I recall earlier, you said you wouldn't be able to nerd out on certain games. 6 characters in WoW, that's pretty nerdy. That is pretty nerdy right there. So I respect that.
Oh no, I respect it too, because she know the old school joint. I respect that.
I think I stopped playing with what was it called? Pandaria. Like
the panda when the panda came in. I actually stopped playing at wasn't Burning Crusade. It was Wrath of the Lich King is when I stopped. When they introduced the Death Knight. I played it, I liked it, but then I was like, at that time, a lot of my crew that was playing the game, they started to venture off into other games, and I had to stop, you know. But my all-time favorite MMORPG, Play Squad, you already know what it is. It's going to be Final Fantasy 11. That's my favorite MMORPG. And then right behind that, City of Heroes.
I have a question for you guys.
Oh, boy.
How do we feel about Destiny?
Oh. Mr. ReyRey, that's you.
I loved Destiny 1 and 2 for a while. And then my game got deleted, so I never went back. After I was already like a level 3,472, and I was like, mother.
Is that a good story?
Thanks, Sony.
Is that a good story though? How it got deleted? Are we missing something? Like
I have no idea. I was playing it one day. I was wrecking all these little monsters and whatever, and trying to figure out these black diamonds to go over here and over there and get to the next whatever. And then all of a sudden, a blackout in Florida, and middle of gameplay. When I tried to turn it on the next day when we got electricity, almost all my games were gone. And it was not saved to the cloud. It was not saved to the PS4. It was not saved to any of that. I still have Destiny on my PC, and I have not touched it because I'll go Destiny 2 and I'll be like, you want to hear a funny story?
Was the storm called Hurricane Rav that came and wiped?
Not that wasn't this one.
No, that's a different story. Well, you know what? I'll tell that one too. Mr. Rav over here, when we were in high school, came and visited me one day. I forgot what was the reason he had to stay over. He stepped over for whatever reason. Yeah, so I went to sleep, and he's still in the living room, and he's playing on the couch, and he's playing Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X is my personal favorite, out of the Final Fantasy games. And I had a game where I was already fighting Sin, where I fought and played that game so much. Yeah, the main boss of the whole game. I played that game so much that I actually took the name of Sin, and that's like my thing over like Sins I write, Sins I whatever, my email and shit like that. So anyway, so I go to sleep. He's playing a game, but he's playing his own separate game, not on my save point. He's playing his own separate. I come back in the morning. He goes, "Oh, yo, bro, thanks a lot for letting me stay over. I'm gonna go back home and blah blah blah." No problem. He left. I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to sit down and play my game. I go back. I can't find my game, but I see his 15 hours that he put into the damn thing. And I'm like, wait, where's my game that has like 300 hours? And like, you son of a, where the hell is this? And I call him, and I'm just like, yo, where's my game? Huh? What? He deleted 300 hours.
I over saved on his save. So yeah, he lost all his hours.
You know how many chocobos I've fed and
yikes.
And I was like, damn.
Oh man.
I didn't see him.
How did you recover?
I don't think he has. I don't think.
He went back the next day. He went and replayed all his 16 hours again. Didn't get
Oh
back
my
half the stuff he had
gosh.
originally found.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because the first time around, Sin whooped my ass like 10 times, and I was like, I'm gonna replay the game until I'm powerful enough to kill him with one hit. And I was almost there. I remember I got to a point where I hit him once, and about half his power was gone.
Oh
And then if
my
I hit him a
gosh.
second time, he'd be dead. But he always kept beating me. I'm like, I'm gonna get him with one hit, and I was almost there. And my dude over here, my brother, who I have love for. I still want to choke him out sometimes when I think about it, but I love him, so I let him be. And but he deleted my 300 plus hour game.
Oh no.
Hey,
Good times.
You know,
Great.
I was gonna think, you know,
High blood pressure.
not a big deal. Like talking about like high blood pressure. Okay. Gosh. I don't know why I'm blanking on. I'm looking at my games.
But I like Destiny 2 though. To answer your question, it was a good game.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Destiny. Oh, I totally forgot about that.
I always wanted to get into that game, but
It's fun.
at the time I didn't have friends who played, and I didn't play online, so I didn't have friends who played online that I thought would be into that game. Never knew that Mr. Ray was ever into Destiny. If I would have known that, I would have asked you a long time ago. But yeah, no, I always wanted to get into it. I didn't know we weren't talking at the time.
Well,
so, you know,
I mean,
know.
Destiny, like I'm gonna just totally butcher it, but Destiny is coming out with like their new campaign, I think, right?
Yeah, they just finished up their main story, and they put out like 2 new short campaigns to like hold people over, but then they got a new big story that's supposed to
and so with that, you know, I was like debating, do I pick that up again? Do I get back into it? I mean, what Destiny did a really good job in was they had great campaigns. They had great stories.
Yeah.
What they could use improvement on is just when you start feeling like you're just doing the same thing over and over and over. It's like you're on a hamster wheel. And they just could switch it up. But what I heard is that when they came out with Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, they weren't able to use the interface or the same platform Destiny 1, so they had to recreate it, and so that they could develop it and grow it beyond, and it just kind of handcuffed them. Yeah,
future proof. They made part 2 to be future proof, so they could keep building on top of it. Where they kind of were limited.
Yeah, so I think they're struggling for that decision. Like,
I think with the advances in, you know, gaming and development and things like that, probably AI, but I think they're gonna make a Destiny 3 and have all of this stuff implemented into it. But I think they're kind of just trying to hold people over until they get to that point. I don't think the PS5 and a lot of other systems can handle what they want to build this yet. I think they're just waiting for the next big advancement in technology. Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm like, Destiny, I'm not sure if I'll go back, but I don't know if I really want to just play like a good campaign, maybe I would, you know, just to sit down in a story and whatnot. But I'd have to learn the mechanics and everything all over again. I don't remember how to play. I started off on controller actually on that one, and then switched over to PC and never, or mouse and keyboard, and never went back to controller.
You hear that, Ray? Do you hear that, Ray? Mister, I have to use the controller.
One is wired and one is Bluetooth. Okay, I do not play shit on keyboard and mouse. And today's game that I was playing, that Arena Breakout, I tried it on keyboard and mouse, and I played for an hour and a half, guys.
What?
I gave it a fair try.
What?
Fair try. I have arthritis now because I can't. But I couldn't. I'm hitting this button and that button. I can't. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I gotta go.
You just have to build those muscles. It's like playing piano. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta, you can't just say hour and a half. Like, you give it a break and you go back tomorrow and you already developed muscle memory. And you're like, oh, I can actually hit that key now.
Nicole, let them know. Let them know. Get them.
You can't just give it an hour and a half and just, you know, poop it away. You gotta like.
Well, but for a first-person shooter, keyboard and mouse,
It's the most
I just
accurate.
don't like it.
It's the most accurate.
But I'm telling you, I said the same thing. I said
No.
the exact same thing. I'm looking at myself right now in the mirror with you. I said I was so on
I think that's
my
the same.
high horse with just staying on controller. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. And then, husband's like, just give it a shot. Give it a shot. Like, I'm telling you, once you pick it up, he's like, you're not going to want to go back to controller. And he was right. And I hate to say that he was right. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
He's looking at her like, what you say?
Cut that out. Cut it.
I
But
promise I will try keyboard and mouse again.
I think that would make good content. We like to see how angry you get.
Mr. ReyRey is making a lot of promises this episode.
I'll try. That's what I can say is I'll try.
Been playing MMOs since 2001, so keyboard and mouse is easy.
Try it.
I'm ambidextrous with both of them. Yeah.
Try it on a game that you don't maybe already know. Like, because you're used to playing like this one, so you have high expectations. Like, you know how it's supposed to work. You know, like, how good you can be. Like, so try it on a game that you go in completely blind. And maybe it is Destiny. I mean, that's where I learned mouse and keyboard was on Destiny. But it's just like that way you have no expectations on like how good you are at the game. So the underrated, I've literally been just like thinking, I'm listening to everybody, but I'm like the underrated thing. I've been just like stuck on that. I'm like underrated. And I feel like it's one of those things like when we get off of this, I'm like, I should have said that, but I'm going to go with this one.
Okay. Remember, it's underrated to you. It don't have to be for everybody.
No, I
know.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's just that when we're talking, so you're right. Was it you, Rav, that said like I think you can nerd out, or was it you? Who was saying that? Like,
It was Ray. Ray caught the nerding out stuff. For
yeah.
a while.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
Take it time.
damn it, I lost my train of thought. Okay.
That's all right.
Power of editing.
I know. But sometimes you want to leave my weirdness in there because it's like it gives a personality. So like you go on my like stuff, you'll like if I have a mess up and I will just leave it sometimes. I'm like if I sneeze in the middle of my content, I'm just gonna leave it.
It's
human.
the genuine,
Everybody's human.
authentic thing.
So, exactly.
Don't fart on video.
Except for those pigs that fart. Like you just hit me right.
But yeah, the underrated game I think is Subnautica.
Subnautica. I played.
You know what? I have to agree with her because I keep looking at that game like, well, no, let me try this.
Is that the one with the scuba diving gear on?
Yeah. They got a part 2, right?
We had that conversation about the big lawsuit that's going on with them.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, there's a huge lawsuit with the studio. It's really
bummer.
Bad. Yeah.
Well, it's still an underrated game.
Yeah, no, the first one is good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I didn't play the second one. I did play the first, and again, I owe it to my husband for influencing me to try other games and new games. Because I'm the one that probably when I'm 80 years old and they tell me to like use a walker, like I'm like no, like I'm not, like I'm not gonna change.
I got this.
Yeah, but yeah. So he told me you gotta try Subnautica. You gotta try it, and I was like, all right. So I did, and now here I am talking about this game being underrated, and nobody talks about it. But again, like I'm a casual gamer, so I can't be, doing things that are like super, crazy. Like I'm just not that advanced. And so so I think that the you could play that game, not get too stressed out. And you can also play it different modes too. They've got the like, a free like creator mode, and then like you roam. Have like survival mode where like you have to drink water, you got to eat food, like in order to you got to think about those things. Or you can just play I forget what it was called, but I did the one without the water and food just because that was like my baby step to getting into it. But now that I understand how it works, then I'd probably like go back and try the actual full on Survivor game mode. But yeah, I think that game didn't get enough attention, and I think it still stands today. Like you can go back and like, even though it came out a while ago, you can still go back to that game and like it's still fun and
is that
and
co-op?
good.
Is that a co-op game?
Mm-mm.
No, single player. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. As far as like the fun in that game, and it did get credit, but it definitely didn't get the credit that it deserves for everything that you just said. A lot of people will agree with you who have played that game. But yeah, no, I really agree with it.
That was an indie game, correct? It was an
indie game. The studio just got bought out. That's what the whole lawsuit is about, because part 2 was supposed to come out this year, but the studio that owns them now is trying to stop them from releasing it so they don't have to pay bonus money to the original creators.
Oh, that's dirty. There's
a whole big drama behind it.
That's a shitty move.
Yeah. So
wow.
We not talked about so many games. I can't remember.
You know what game I do recommend? If a game I played last year or earlier this year called Waves of the Deep. So if you like horror or horror-ish thriller type of thing, so you're on
in water.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's Anxiety City.
You're not in water. You're on an oil barrages.
Yeah, I saw this.
Your character is being fired in the very beginning, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, I gotta I'm here to make money to bring back to the island or bring back to the mainland to blah blah blah, and like not get out of here, you whatever. Then something happens or a helicopter crashes for a reason. I don't want to tell you because that's part of the main story. And then all these weird things start popping up on the oil rig, and you have to get to the oil rig to try to save your people. And a couple of times you get there, or at least a couple of times I got there fine. A couple of times I missed. I get it. And bad things happen. But then at one point, this gigantic monster is walking on the oil rig and is after you. So it's like a horror type game.
It's really pretty looking too, right? They got it.
It was really very nice too.
On there.
Yeah.
What was it? What is it? I'm writing this down.
It was Waves of the Deep.
Okay.
Was that part of the series when we was talking about Until Dawn? And at the end, you started suggesting these video games to play.
I think I did suggest that more than once, because I had a good time.
It's part of an anthology series, right? That's part of
no.
That was
a different one.
Anthology.
Still Wakes the Deep is what it's
Still Wakes the Deep. Thank you. That's Still Wakes the Deep.
Oh, Still Wakes the Deep.
Yeah, Still Wakes the Deep.
There's another one that I hope that they really like a concept that they run with it. Did you guys play like the Cabin Factory?
No, I've never heard of it.
I've never even heard of it. What?
Wait, hold on. I think I got that game. I'm about to check my Steam right now.
The Cabin Factory. Is that a horror game?
Yeah. And I really...
Oh, no. Then I know I ain't got it on my Steam.
It's an indie game. And it's literally just made by, like a small group of people. And they were really proud of its release. And just the concept of it, like if they expand on it or like do more with it, it's really, really creative. But basically, like you are the inspector at a cabin factory. So on the conveyor belt in comes these cabins, and basically you have to go in and inspect. And it's like it says, if you notice something move, basically the cabin is bad. But if you notice something, like if nothing is like happening, then it's good. Like you're determining whether or not like the cabin's like haunted.
Okay.
How much do you get paid an hour for that?
Yeah. Well, and it's got a story, that it takes you along, and I won't spoil it for anybody because I think that's a huge part of it. But it's like you're like, oh, this should be easy. Like I should be able to spot if something's like moving and whatnot. But they have like a whole bunch of like jump scares and things like that in it. But it's just like I think that I hope I hope that they do more, and I hope that when they release that, they had enough people that contributed to what they're doing, because it's like that was just a really cool idea.
Oh yeah, that sounds really cool. I watched a similar game on YouTube a while back. Some gameplay. I can't remember what the name of the game is or what the gameplay was, but it's very similar to what you're talking about, where you run this like fast food restaurant at night and you got like make burgers for people and things like that, and just like random stuff is just going on throughout the night, and it's like jump scares and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got to survive the 7 nights or whatever.
Ooh,
I just bought the Cabin Factory.
did you really?
Wow.
Heck yeah!
Wow, check that
$5.
out.
Let's go.
It's $5. Why not?
Yeah.
Co-op? Is that co-op or no?
No. No. It's a very short game.
Sure.
Depending on how good of an inspector you are of these cabins, but basically it's just it's worth a shot. It's like an hour and a half of your time, if that.
And I got the supporters edition, so apparently they added something.
Ooh, they did?
Yeah, it says here. Oh man, I forgot. I still haven't beat the casting of Frank Stone. I have not gone back to that.
That's another one. Yeah, that one looks cool.
I'm looking it up too.
Yeah, what's that studio? It's
The
something
supporter
new.
pack.
Yeah, supporter pack. Yep, that's the one I got. It's like 4 gigs.
Grab
Like
the
$5.
supporters pack and enjoy these exclusive bonus features.
The anthology games are a super massive anthology.
Yeah, that's what I
they-
thought you was talking about when you was talking about the oil rig. Cause that story you just mentioned sounds.
That one
very
is
similar.
Man of Medan. They're on a haunted ghost ship, and
Yeah,
they're
you
trying to get
might actually. Have you tried any of those ghost story? Was it this the studio?
Supermassive
Supermassive.
anthology.
Yeah, Supermassive games. Have you tried any of those games?
All of them except for the casting of Frank Stone and the one that's going to come out next year that I'm waiting for.
Okay.
I am waiting for that space.
2085 or something like that.
Yeah. Protocol.
30, 90, 38.
I know it's some numbers that go along with it.
Yeah,
2080, 3080, 80.
Nice.
Did you
like
play
that.
Visage?
I've played Visage. Visage is
I
awesome.
have not.
That's the one I unfortunately got nauseous because of the bobbling.
Yeah,
but
there's a
I
lot
wanted,
of
yeah, but I wanted to play it so bad, and it's scary.
Nicole,
Visage came out. It's just like PT. It's one of those really good, like super realistic horror games where all the rooms look like real rooms. They don't look like a video game room, and it plays with everything, with all the shadows and lighting and everything.
Can you imagine if Visage was virtual VR?
They have a version of it that's VR. So yeah.
Oh, I'd be dying.
So on my wish list.
we like to talk about like what games we're playing and what games we like to see come out. What game are you most looking forward to that's coming out? Like, are you excited about any game releasing this year? Like, what's on your radar?
Since I got more involved, like streaming wise, like I've been more in the know. Like but before streaming, like I wouldn't stay on top of it.
Okay.
And so it's like, it's kind of a new territory for me to like think about, hey, what am I going to play next? Like, oh, this is what I do now. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is what, people, probably want. Like, what's the next and greatest thing? And I was thinking about that. Is like, it's funny you ask, like, even just on the last stream, I'm like, gosh, I've got the community. We play Apex all the time, but it's like, when is Apex gonna not be it and what we play? And then like, what's next? Like what's gonna give us the same, satisfaction and yeah. And so, I mean, like I do want to play Borderlands that just came out. Right? It's Borderlands 4, right?
Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, Borderlands 4. Like I watched the gameplay and I'm I'm interested, and I wanna try that out. It looks a lot of fun.
What about Battlefield 6?
I never got into Battlefield 6. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know what to expect. When does that come out?
That should be soon, right? That's around the corner, right, guys?
October, I believe October 10th or
10th to 20th, something like that.
Okay,
GTA 6, anyone?
Oh, yeah.
Next year,
No, everybody.
That's everybody. There's so many call-offs. You're going to think
The world. No one's going to work that day.
No one's going. The massive call-offs. They
Period.
declare it a national holiday at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not even going to call in sick. I'm going to be like, GTA, click. See you next week. Click.
You know, did you hear that they recently had like a job listing for like, you can be a part of like the greatest video game release of all time or something like that. And then like Rockstar had to like change that because they were afraid they were going to scare future employees off from joining Rockstar. You know, it was just for like an online position or working to do something with the game. They didn't really specify what it was in the job listing.
Man, you land that job is like hitting the lottery. You're like Dave Chappelle when he got with Oprah. He was like, "I'm out of here." He's like, oh, you remember that, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a ticket. Oh man, you know.
Well, before we end it, Miss Nicole, any questions you have for us, or any questions that you want to portray to the audience that's going to watch this, to your followers, and if you want to give away your TikTok, your streaming information, so that way people can follow you. You can have the stage for as long as you wish.
I think that's a good segue to. Oh gosh, now I'm looking at myself. I think it's good. I want to talk to you. I'm just no, it's a good segue to talk about, like, you know, I'm gonna end on a high note. Just don't worry about that. But you know how I brought up earlier, I was like, you know what? We'll talk about this later. You know, and if viewers made it to the end, it's fantastic. It's like, I hope that, you know, it shifts your heart a little bit. But I just, you know, something that I've learned in my short time streaming, I am meeting people that I would have never met, probably face to face in my daily life. Not because I don't want to, but it's just, I mean, I usually make friends like with all walks of life, but it's the type, you know, it's a lot of introverts. And not all of them, but a lot of introverts that feel more comfortable socializing behind the screen than they do face to face out in the real world, which there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why platforms, streaming is created, because that became the social aspect of these people's lives and how they feel comfortable interacting. Mm-hmm. And at least it gave them an outlet too, because it's like, you have to. And it doesn't matter if you're an introvert, somewhere in between, an extrovert, what have you. One thing that we do all have in common is we crave human connection. Mm. We crave it. And that's why platforms like this are so successful, and streaming culture and all that stuff is what it is, because that is the one simple truth, is that we're all craving human connection. And what I'll say to that is I can't tell you how many people I've come across that have some type of, you know, mental health crisis going on. And sleeping issues is one of them. Like, so many people are like, I can't sleep. I don't sleep. I've been up for days, blah, 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 whatever's going on. And the other part is this depression, anxiety, just any, you know, mental health issue. You know, it's like they get to escape or hide behind the screen because you can't see them. You can't, you know, you don't know their mistakes, what they're up to, whatever. And they can just interact without being judged. And I had, I've had a lot of people, and I say this with just, you know, at my most humble, that come into my stream and have given me the feedback that I've helped them, you know, through very tough times. And I'm not a therapist. I'm not, you know, I could be a friend, you know, on the screen. But it just, that, to be able to do that and to change somebody's trajectory of their life or get them out of, you know, the adversity that they're feeling is so rewarding for me. And again, when I went through, you know, down my path of depression and anxiety and was at the lowest of lows that I felt, and still, you know, recovering from it to a certain extent. I mean, it takes a while to rewire your brain and such, but I just, to be there for somebody and to change their mind if they're thinking about doing something bad, you know, or to themselves, that happened as well. I spotted that somebody was in a bad place, a bad spot, reached out. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, to be honest. I had no idea if they were ever going to see it. And I reached out, and one day, in a week and a half went by, and it stayed on my mind for days that I thought, you know what, this person might not be with us anymore. And all of a sudden I was doing a crochet stream that day. And so I was crocheting something.
Knitting sweaters.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I see his name pop up on the screen. And I'm like, I'm in shock. Like, that this person, because they didn't reply to my message, they were gone forever long. And then they just popped up and said, hey. And I go, oh my gosh, can I just take a second? I was like, I am just so glad that you are here today. I was like, I can't tell you. I go, I don't even know you. I don't know anything about you, but I am just so, so happy you're here today. And you didn't, you know, make the wrong decision. I go, you're supposed to be here. God has a plan for you. You know, you're supposed to be here. There's a reason. And you matter. And so anyways, so we've stayed in touch ever since that point, but it's like, that was just one instance. Like, there's just been others that, you know, like, people have said that I've helped them get through like some tough times. And I even, like, you know, hopped on Discord with another person. They just asked, hey, would you mind if I just had a conversation with you one-on-one? And I said, sure. And we talked about very deep stuff. Like, I love that kind of talk. Like, I'm a deep person. I like getting into the intellectual, you know, part of it, and talking about life and all that sort of stuff. And so, or things I've learned, and a lot of, I mean, I haven't discussed my age or anything. I'll let the viewers guess, but I'll wear it on my sleeve. I don't care. I embrace it. Tell me somebody who's defied age and death. Let me know. But they haven't. So, but I do talk to people that are younger than me, you know, and I have learned some things, and there's wisdom, and there's life experience that I don't need to gatekeep, and that could benefit somebody if they're willing to listen and they're ready. And, you know, a lot of the time you'll find these people not primed and ready to hear like what they want to hear or what they need to hear. And then all of a sudden I have this window of opportunity to be able to, you know, be that voice of reason or something, you know, plant a seed. You know, maybe it's just not, you know, they're not going to listen today, but it could be months down the road, weeks down the road, whatever.
Yeah,
and
sometimes just letting people know you're available is all that they need to know.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not a therapist, and I make that very clear. But if I do have something to share, what I've gone through or what I think that can help somebody, I'm going to be a friend about it and offer, some sound advice if I can. And so it's just this kind of very, kind of like, it's like they're helping me as much as I'm helping them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just this very just cyclical like exchange. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like I don't think that they understand that I get so much out of, like being able to be there for him and vice versa. And then I learn about myself too, in those moments. And I also learn about perspectives that I would have never known before. Like I did not know in the mind of why streaming culture, why people, join lives. Like I didn't understand the psychology and why that works and what, and so I deep dived into that to really understand because, I want to be able to relate and I want to be able to understand like what somebody's going through so that I can't be a place of where they could be judged, like, or just because I don't know, or it's scary or like, oh, you're different than me. Like, no, fuck all that. Bleep it out.
Oh, that was great.
I think that's the reason why like the internet is so popular, like social media, because everybody wants to be heard in some capacity or some form.
Yeah, or seen, understood. Yeah.
And I know that, sometimes we do these things like what we're doing right now. Somebody may see this and get inspired to do their own thing. Somebody may see what you're doing and get inspired by what you do and say, if she can do it, I can do it too. And it may seem, and it may sound corny as shit. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it does, but it does happen. Like on my Lee's Final Word, remember I dealt with comic books and stuff like that and superheroes and stuff. Somebody actually, because of watching me, they created their own comic book. You know what I'm saying? And when the person sent it I was like, are you serious? Like, to me, I always wanted to make my own comic book, but to have somebody else that did it and was like, yo, bro, you inspired me to do this. It was like, I won. In that sense, even if I didn't reach 1 million subs or followers, whatever, that one person who made their own comic book, who still to this day continuing their comic book, that's enough for me. To sit there and say that somehow, some way, I helped influence that. Maybe how small a little bit, you know what I mean?
No, but that's fantastic.
It could also just be something as getting someone's attention off of whatever that's hurting them or making them feel a certain way or anything like that. Maybe that you could be that person to just, they're talking to you, even though you're the one talking, not directly to them, but they feel that connection still. So a lot of that goes into that type of conversation.
And I'm trying to, I really just want to curate, or not even curate, I'm not even trying. It's just more like I want to show these people that, going back to putting myself in their shoes. And you could tell me if I'm wrong, because this is the best that I could do, being, me, and I try to empathize as much as I can. But if I put myself in their shoes and they spent most of their life behind a computer and socializing, the internet is a dark place, right?
That's the flip side of it. Yeah, that is the flip side of it.
And so it can be toxic depending on what you expose yourself to and where you spend your time on the internet. And that could build your world and your perception or it could build your perception of the world. So I think if I don't mean to draw a straight line. I mean, I know there's other factors, but I feel like that exposure or that time spent and whatever they're consuming does end up it does breed or mental health issues. It doesn't help it. There's people that are resilient, that catch it, that can put themselves in check, but most of us, out for instant gratification, which, gaming can bring, and just the internet itself can bring, and all the information, it's like that instant gratification is addicting. It's like sugar, and too much of it is not a good thing. I always say everything in moderation, everything, there's a balance. Extremes don't do anybody any good. You want to find like, a middle, but, yeah, I just mental, illness, mental health, it's rampant. Like it is an issue. And I know that there's people out there that are, in the fight to do that. But I guess what I can contribute, just having observed that and interacted with it, if people are telling me that, they feel, comfortable or happy or safe, like in my stream, that's what I'll keep doing. And I just want to show them that the world it's dark, it can be, but I just want to, be able to shift their lens a little bit and let them know it doesn't have to be. And it's not. There's more. God didn't break the mold when he made me. There's more out there. And so if I was created and I can be the light, it's within each of us. And the last thing I say, I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but it's the last thing I say is I did, write to my followers, like that I felt really passionate about is kind of, I said it a little bit earlier. It's like, I don't know what we as a community, we don't know what people look like, what their values, their beliefs, their mistakes, their whatever. We don't know anything about them, but yet everybody is welcoming and everybody is saying hi and everyone is saying, how are you? And that you matter and all of this stuff. And it's like, what if we did that in the real world? We have it here. Why can't we? Like, we can. It's all within us. So just meet people where they're at. Just accept them for where they're at, the things you can't control, and just be nice. Lead with kindness. Lead with, love. As cliche and, silly as it sounds, but it's like, it's true. Like, why can't we just be kind? And if somebody disagrees, whatever, like, just accept it. Hey, they're there right now. I believe in this, and we go our separate ways, and that's okay. But it's like, it's just proof that's sitting like right in front of us that behind a computer, we can be in a great environment and create one. And if we can do that there, we should be able to do it in the real world. And that's what I challenge everybody to do and think about. Yeah. I'm off my soapbox.
Hey. Give it a round of applause for that. For real. Because you got people out there that need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? One small gesture of kindness can turn somebody around. You know what I mean? The dude that's at the crossing guard who's sitting there getting screamed at by people in their cars, and all it would take is for you to say, how you doing?
Yeah, that, or just say, thanks for being here today. How hard is that? Thanks for being here. Just thank you. And then you can go on. Have a great day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. On that note, I'm going to thank Nicole for being here with us today.
Yes. One more round of applause, guys. One more.
Yes.
One more. Thank you for being here.
You made this podcast deeper than it usually is. You made it mean a little bit more important than the other episodes that we had. Just because of your message, your attitude toward things, and we really appreciate that. Thank you, first of all, coming on. Period. Overall.
Yes.
And that message at the ending right there, that was great, because I'm sure all three of us here have had something along the lines of that happen to us, just because, like, I'm a bit of an introvert. They know that, at least now I am. And it's just like, yeah, video games, I feel much better playing video games and talking to my friends, whatever. I wish I was near them, because
I told you I don't like playing with no randos. So I just
yeah. So it's a cool message. To anybody out there watching this episode, where can they watch you? On TikTok, I believe, right? And you're at on Nicole on TikTok.
Yes.
Anywhere else that they can find you on?
I am on Twitch. Yes. Nicole on Twitch. I haven't been streaming on there lately, but I think it's time to kind of venture out, and, now that I've kind of gotten a flow, you know, in the TikTok space, that maybe I venture out and deal, you know, stream on multiple platforms and explore those options.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but you can still follow me on there. It's just I'm just not streaming on there right now. But you can still like reach out to me on there if you wanted to. But TikTok is predominantly where it's at now. You know, I'm not sure, you know, with the whole TikTok stuff going on, you know, it's a conversation for another time. But for now, that's where you can find me.
Yeah, we're pretty much gonna be in the same boat because we're gonna start streaming as well on Twitch soon, hopefully, depending on what game we pick and if it's gonna be a multiplayer game or a single player game, whatever. But we're gonna be trying to do that as well. So yeah, everybody, go follow Nicole on TikTok and on Twitch. And thank you for joining us today. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Extremely important. Mr. LeeBoy wants you to hit that freaking bell. He's mentioned it every episode since we started this. Hit the damn bell notification.
Hit the bell. You do not get notified.
Yes.
YouTube is changing up things. And if you're not hitting the bell, they're just going to push it to the back. We don't like being at the back. I don't like being at the back. Make sure you hit the bell.
No, we make good content. We want to be at the front, at least at the front as long as possible. So, MegaBit Misfits. This is Rav. This is LeeBoyXP. I'm Mr. ReyRey. This is Nicole at Nicole on TikTok. Thank you guys for watching. Again, like, subscribe, share, hit the damn bell notification. Thank you so much for watching.
Any comments?
27? Or is it a 28?
This is 28.
28.
28.
28. Done.
28.
Yeah, done.